Well, hello and welcome, people of the internet, to Guild Saga Vanished Worlds, a tactical RPG with some CRPG flair. This one's been on my radar for a little bit, and I just picked it up from the Steam not summer sale, we're not there yet, Steam spring sale, and so I figured we would check it out. It is currently in early access. There is also a demo if you want to check that out, and of note, if you do go with the early access version, there's a whole experimental branch that I think has like other classes and stuff. So if that's something you're interested in checking out, definitely take a look at that article just to see how you can go about actually activating the experimental branch. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump right in. And guys, before we do, if you do enjoy the content, would you kindly remember to smash that like button and of course subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now, without further ado, go ahead, grab a drink, grab a snack, sit back, relax, and let's play some Guild Saga. First thing we got to do is we have to, well, first of all, shape our story. We're obviously going on normal. Unfortunately, there's no like real difficulty yet, but hey, it's early access, can't ask for much more than that. Then we jump in here and we're going to have to create our character. So we'll go over some of the options first here. Just give you an idea of what the character creation looks like, and then I'm gonna go through. I'll pause it. I'll make my character, and then we'll jump back in a minute. So if you're used to playing CRPGs, or really if you're used to seeing like D&D style games, there's definitely going to be some similarities here. This is not like as in-depth as like a BG3, right? We're not going that far in-depth, but there's a number of options we can do. So we can change like our gender, we can change how we look, all that kind of stuff. There are some clothing and weapon options, which are not just our kind of generic look. They actually, have equipment. So we're actually choosing our starting equipment. What it seems like is, as far as like class selections go, there's a lot of flexibility here, and the game doesn't necessarily lock you into a specific class or anything like that, because we can kind of choose. For example, if we wanted to play like a more sword and board warrior type class, we could just put on mage's robes. Why would we want to do that? Don't know, but you can. So let's take a look at some of the options here. There's a lot of world lore, it seems like, already. So there's a bunch of different races. I'll go over them briefly so that way you can pause and read through them if you would like to. A lot of these are kind of humanistic, and then there's, of course, demons just kind of thrown in there. And then we have like different hairs. I'll be honest, the hairs are kind of the same. I wish they looked a little bit different. And in terms of gender, whether you go with male or female, the only difference is if you hide the armor. That's it. That's really the only difference. Once the armor's on, I don't notice any difference. Even in the face, I feel like I need some beard options. I need a good old beard. That's what I want. A bald man with a beard. That just describes me. But not that the character that I'm intending to play would have a beard. We got a bunch of different hair colors. Of course, we have our bright and shiny pinks and blues and purples and cyan, which is actually, this is a beautiful color blue. I actually like this more than regular blue. We have eye colors, and then we have our weapons. So we have short sword, daggers, bow, and then a bunch of different magic options, which we'll see go more into those a little bit later. We have our backstory, which will give us, I'm assuming these are modifiers for checks. There's no tooltip for these just yet, so we'll have to see. There's inclination, which if I had to guess, this would be for dialogue options, but I don't have anything to back that up. We have different attributes, which again, very, very D&D here, although there's not a whole lot of points. So it's not like there's a ton of customization here at the start. We have secondary points, which, memory is actually an interesting one here, which will allow you to equip more skills. That's a little bit different than we're kind of used to seeing. Constitution, obviously, for more health, and initiative will help you go first more often. Combat, just what kind of combat you want to specialize in. Schools, now this is where you're going to kind of get to customize your class. So if you come actually down here to skills, which I actually need to select something first, let's select like Pyro and Hydromancer here, and then we come into skills. This will give us 5 skills that we can select from, and we can choose 3. So you're likely going to choose 2 in your primary class and then 1 in your other, unless you just want to be a like 100% solo class and just pick 3 and 1. And then lastly, you have talents. This is another one of those things. I think that there's like modifiers here. Some of these are pretty straightforward, right? Barbarian is pretty clear what it's doing. Fleet-footed, same thing, but like, well, actually intellect, is that a secondary or primary? Unless that's supposed to be intelligence. Like, for example, I'm not exactly sure what intellect means. We have increase your luck while looting. chance to recover special arrows. So there's some cool stuff here in talents. So I'm going to pause right here. I'm going to go through, create my character. I'll give you guys a little, rundown of what I did, and then we will continue on from there. Alrighty then. So here is our character, the female Volk. Ganyonz, I guess, it is what it is. It's a northern name. Anyway, so we are a northern vagabond. You can kind of think of us as a Viking reacher. That's kind of what we're going with here. So we've got this cyan hair to represent our northern heritage. As I am from New England, I figured we'd go with a snowy kind of Viking themed character. I have the archer's hunting garb, which might be a little bit odd, but I'm thinking here, rather than going with the warrior's light plate for additional armor, I'm thinking having a little bit of magic barrier could be nice, and maybe the accuracy lends itself to us. We have the steady short sword for some physical damage. Our backstory, so we are a vagabond, like I said, think Reacher, like Jack Reacher. We've been on the road for some time. We don't really have a home. We kind of journey from place to place, figuring things out as we go. Gives us some constitution, so a little bit of extra health. Our inclination, we are of course degenerates. Self-explanatory. As far as our primary stats, we go into strength. Our secondary is our constitution. So again, I'm kind of going for a frost spell sword here, I think. We have swordsmanship. Now for our schools, I chose hydromancer and warrior. Hydromancer is kind of mixed. It says water damage, but it's really more of an ice class. You can see here blades of ice, and then you have frost spikes. So it does do water damage, but it's kind of frost themed. So I figured it fits. And then of course we're blue. We have to have blue hair if we're using ice magic. It only makes sense. Now I chose frost spikes. You can, if you want to see some details, you can hit L to lock and it will kind of show these things. I do wish it showed the full ranges of the spells. It says impales enemies in a line, but is that a line 3 spaces? Is it 5 spaces? Is it infinite? I'm not exactly sure. Chilled will reduce fire resistance but increase water resistance, so maybe this matters. Probably not, because it's only 1 turn, but I'm figuring here this is not necessarily going to be a character, I think, that or at least my intent. I don't actually know how long early access is in terms of gameplay, but my thinking here is primarily a melee class. And then if we should need either a ranged attack, or if we have this that we can attack enemies in a line, we use magic to kind of supplement our melee side. The other spell that I really wanted to go for here was rejuvenate. Obviously restoring some of that magic barrier, or which we already have, which is another reason to kind of go with those archer garbs rather than the more armor on our character. And we can also heal ourselves, assuming, again, this is a character's health, so I would assume it can heal us. If it can't, then I would probably change this. And then as far as a warrior skill goes, parry, don't really care about too much. Piercing slash was one that I was going to go with. Initially, I was actually just going to go with rejuvenate and then these 2 warrior spells. But I think being able to hit multiple enemies in a line will be beneficial for us overall. But bypassing armor would probably be nice. War cry, which if we take a look at this, might would increase constitution and strength. We're not really going to be a supporting class, so I don't think we really need that. Conjure barricade would be nice for a little bit of protection, but I'm just going to go for the CC and get some stun action here. You could also argue, since this is resisted by armor, maybe we want something that's stronger against armor. So maybe you could argue for Blades of Fury, since this would do more damage to an armored unit, I'm supposing. But again, we might be able to pick this up later. Not exactly sure. So we're going to go with Frostspikes. As far as talents go, I took Interrogator for Intimidate. Jack Reacher, very intimidating. I know Jack Reacher is not a girl with blue hair, but like I said, using that for inspiration, I've been watching Reacher lately, and so I figured we'd go with that. All right, let's get her started. All right, so we're on a boat. Naturally, is it... Okay, so it is click to move. Let's see. So let's go ahead and search some stuff here. Oh, it looks like we have some other skills too. Oh, dash. Only be used turn. Okay, that's pretty much it. Oh, we have an apple. We can, of course, loot. Now, as with any CRPG, I will be looting everything. I am definitely a loot goblin. Can I talk to any? Ooh, Iron Fist Artor. Storms brewing. Hold fast, or the seal will take what's left of you. Who are you? Artor, the Iron Fist, Knight of the Heroes Guild since before ye were out of swaddling cloth. What brings you aboard this ship? Same as you, heading to the Shady Isles, just returned from an expedition on Caspari lands, and now the High Custodians seem fit to stick me as your minder. Best we stay out of each other's way and get on with it. What's the purpose of your expedition? Listen, kid, the details will turn your guts inside out. Best leave it be. I can see you're as green as grass. Those orc savages have you running back to your mama in no time. Alright, peace out. What about Aska? Hey, Ganyonz, how's the voyage treating you so far? That's a main character girl if I ever saw one. Maybe. I don't know. Sorry, but who are you? Oh, right. We haven't had a proper introduction yet, have we? I'm Aska from the Forests of Mir. Why are you on the ship? So the High Custodian picked me for the expedition to the Shady Isles. It's my first mission with the guild, and, well, let's just say the butterflies are real. I can't imagine how you're feeling. First expedition, and you're already leading the charge? Leadership is in my blood. I wouldn't expect anything less. Well, as someone in a lesser position, I can only hope your leadership skills match your humility. I'll be on my way now. The storm's getting worse. We should go inside. Alrighty. What else we got? We can sleep. We got Luciet. Any other stuff that I can open? Githrain. This is no ordinary storm. There's a darkness in the air, something sinister that stirs beneath the waves. What makes this storm unusual? The storm reeks of something far beyond nature's whim. Even without the instincts of a sailor, I can feel the dark magic woven into its very fabric. The air crackles with unnatural energy, and the clouds gather as if summoned by a malevolent will. There's no mere squall. It's a force shaped by hands unseen, perhaps to deter us or worse, to draw us in. Such storms do not arise without reason, and whatever conjured it does not intend for us to pass through unscathed. Who might you be? I am Githrain, elementalist wizard. Let's go for that again. I am Githrain, elementalist wizard and master of the elemental schools. Servant to the primal forces that dwell within this world, the Heroes Guild knows my name, as do the elements I command. Fire, water, earth, and air bend to my will. My studies have delved into the very essences of the nature's forces, and it is through disciplined mastery that I command the elements themselves. I am here not by chance, but by the pursuit of knowledge and the safeguarding of those who walk this perilous path. Okay, bye. Tread carefully, young hero, for the sea holds many secrets, and not all are friendly. And lastly, Luciet. Assuming you're going to be a main character too, considering you have art. How may I assist you? Who are you? Luciet Dawnguard. I'm here as part of your expedition to the Shady Isles, sent by the High Custodian of the Heroes Guild. My blade is yours to command. I will uphold my duty with honor. I see you're reviewing the navigation charts. Can you show me where we are right now? Taps a spot on the chart with precision. Here, just east of Respite Island, the last known stronghold of House Mazan within the Undra. How much longer do you think it will take to reach the shores? 3 days at sea, hugging the southern shores of Respite before we break west into open waters. With any luck, we'll avoid the storms and anything worse that might be lurking. What can you tell me about the Undra? This land you see, colonized by the great houses over a century and a half ago. House Mazan's grip has weakened, their power reduced to a single settlement on Respite Island. Look here on the charts. East of Respite is Shady Isle, where a light was seen falling from the sky. That's where we're headed. The main expanse of this new continent is dotted with small settlements, mostly under the banner of House Caspari. House Van Ease holds a foothold there. At Jovian's Crossing, at House Bloodworth, they've staked their claims there, here, and here, though they prefer to keep to themselves. As you can see, this land remains largely untamed. Colonization has been no easy feat. Beastmen, orcs, hostile dwarven clans, and ancient elven tribes. The Undra is a place where anything can and will try to kill you. That's all for now. Alright, so looks like it's time to get some sleep, so let's do just that. Turn in for the night. You won't be able to converse with your fellow travelers after this point. That's totally fine. You close your eyes. Close them, people. I'll tell you when to open them again. As you begin to fall asleep, you feel yourself being pulled into a mysterious void. We're loading. All right, opening them again, people. We're off the boat. We're okay. Great. So we've been dropped from... Oh, wait. Q is quest. We've been dropped from the safety of our boat into a burning city. Great. I would very much like to go in my nice, cozy boat. Small health potion. I would very much like to loot that. So what's the difference? Okay, so I is clear that. Loot and stash. I don't know if there's any difference there. Gift from Dad. A family heirloom handed to you by your father before you set off on your journey. Well, I would very much like to equip that, thank you. Scroll of Resurrection. Use skill Resurrect. Well, I have a feeling until I have party members, that's not going to do a whole lot. Let's see. So, stats seem very basic. Health, armor, magic barrier. I'm assuming maybe magic barrier is just a magic version of armor, so maybe you have to lose armor before you lose health for melee, and then magic for magic. We have evasion, accuracy, crit chance, multiplier, max action points, AP per turn. Interesting. So you can't use your maximum AP as of yet. We have elemental resistances. All of our equipment. We can sort equipment by value, recent, type, and rarity. And then we can also sort by type. So we can sort by weapons or by consumables. Okay, so far, nice inventory. Cool. Ganyonz, you're just in time. You can still stop the Magus Temporalis, but hurry. Okay, that was brutal. He just got backstabbed by some kind of shade. Oh, you don't have any stuff on you? Okay, we'll just continue down the path. Something brutal's going on here. This. Oh, can I get that armor? May the gods have mercy on us all. Captain! Okay, yep, let's just go towards the murder shadow. That's completely normal. Okay, let's search the body. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Oh, you got some monies. Oh, magic barrier potion. Nice. Oh, he got crucified. He's missing his legs. Oh, and he got stabbed? Oh, god dang, this is brutal. Well, hello, midriff. He's turned against us. The echoes of his betrayal ripple through time. The true darkness stirs, its hunger unending. What lies ahead may be bound in shadow already, but the sands of time are still in motion, flowing with each breath. The path remains unfixed, with the past and future waiting for a hand to shape them. Our friends, our world, all stand at the precipice. If we tread the same ground again, we may lose everything. She reminds me of, like, there's a character I can't put my finger on, but reminds me of a Final Fantasy character. What now? You expect me to fight a what? It's your turn. While it's your turn, you can move or cast a skill. We have movement points and we have action points. Okay. So, the Disorienting Strike costs 2, Frostbite costs 2, this also costs 2. Instantly grants additional movement points, enabling extended movement. Oh, okay, so we can use action point. We can convert action points to move. Got it. So let's see, is there... Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is 5 spaces. Can I... Oh, perfect. I can examine. 40 HP. I still wish there was some tooltip here for armor and magic barrier, but I'm assuming we'll figure that out here in a second. That is a lot of stats, though. That is a lot of stats. Okay, so let's move our 2 movement points, and resisted by armor. So does that then mean that if you have armor, you're not going to be stunned? Let us try this out. Stun resisted by armor. Okay, I figured that was the case. Wanted to test it out. Okay, so armor is exactly what I thought it was. So I'm assuming then that magic barrier is going to just do the same thing. Once you've completed your actions, press the hourglass icon above the skill bar to conclude your turn. Hellfire. This is definitely a fight we're supposed to lose, right? Ooh, okay, so we have Frost Spike. Okay, yeah, so Magic Barrier, exactly what I thought it was going to be. Okay, let's regenerate. Goodbye. I wonder if there's... I probably should check. I don't think... Oh, there's turning. Okay, so there's definitely going to end up being directional damage. Yeah, especially since he's doing that. Iron Maiden. Oh, that's brutal. Okay, so all we have left to do here is just go for attack. So let's go on the one that doesn't have anything on it. Okay, yeah. This is definitely a fight we're supposed to lose. 100%. Right? I don't see any way that we're supposed to win this. Do I get a bonus? Huh. It doesn't look like it. I find it odd that there's no damage. Well, I guess there is a slight damage preview. Yeah, okay. So this is a fight we're... Oh, well, that is a nice time to tell me to use a health potion. Actually, well, I didn't have it on my bar, so... The air thickens, oppressive, as if the shadows... My finger twitched. The flames of this world are fed by secrets and lies, ignited by those who play with time, as if it were their puppet. Vevier? No, it's definitely there. There's definitely just an extra V, right? A chronomancer, a master of illusions, hiding his true face behind layers of shifting shadow. Betrayal is not a choice for him. It is woven into his very being, as natural as the breath he takes. The pressure builds within, a throbbing ache that pulses from the depths of your mind, as if something stirs from within you. It burns, not with heat, but with the searing intensity of a dream that slips through your grasp. The sensation crawls across your skin like fire that isn't there, yet every word spoken seems to ignite deeper, resonating in the marrow of your bones, impossible to extinguish. The flames that threaten this world are not what they seem. Together, we could smother them before they consume all. Misled, you wander in darkness, hero. The ruin that plagues your kind is not of my making, but of another's design. In the Isle of Shadow, the truth festers, waiting to be uncovered. Tyr Otho's desires will see this world reduced to cinders if left unchallenged. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. You awaken from the nightmare only to find yourself in another. Tossed from your ship and ensnared in some sort of spherical prison, you're caught in a wild dance amidst the ocean's roaring waves, like a feather in gale. As the air within the confinement diminishes, your consciousness becomes lost to the grip of suffocation. No breathing? Oh, so that might have just been a dream? You open your eyes to find yourself standing amidst a camp of pilgrims going about their rituals. You try to recall how you got here, but your memories are a blur. You should seek out your fellow guildmates, Aska and Luciette, to learn more about what transpired. Sup, Aska? Oh, are you getting sick? As you approach the girl slumped on the bench, you notice her hunched over, clearly unwell, retching into a bucket. It's Aska, your companion from the Heroes Guild. She was with you on the ship, but the unsettling question gnaws at you. How did either of you end up here? Hey, look at me, sitting here like a beached fish. Not my finest hour, huh? It's quite fascinating, really. I must have gulped down enough water to keep a sea monster hydrated. Not my best decision. Boy, am I glad to see you. That storm really tossed us around, didn't it? Thought we were all going to end up lost at sea. Aska, there you are. Feeling better? Take your time if you need it. Oh, that's sweet of you. I'm all right now. Just needed to get all that seawater out. It has a rather peculiar way of making itself known, doesn't it? Talent acquired, Wild Heart. While Aska is in your party, you can speak with and understand animals of the world. Many often have valuable information, items, or even quests to share. Party members. Your party is shown on the left side with their respective stats and status effects. Click a portrait to switch control to that character. Alright, easy enough. Just 6 armor. Okay, so a lot more magic barrier. Can I... Okay, so I can bring up her quick inventory. Does she have like an actual... Oh, okay, right-click for inventory. Perfect. Aska's great bow. Now, if I equip that... Got it. So that would take you off the Earthen Staff. And the Earthen Staff is giving us access to Slag Blast. Whereas this gives Knock and Release. Which is just range damage. So it's, do we want her to be a caster or do we want her to be a ranger? Is there anything else I can see? Oh, there's other stats here. Okay. Combat stats. So she's a geomancer with potential, with hunter potential. So I wonder, is she going to have her own combat bar, like in combat? I'm assuming that's going to be the case. It's a relief to see you up and standing. I would rather not endure this journey without capable company at my side. We escaped by the skin of our teeth. If not for these pilgrims finding us on the beach, I fear we wouldn't be speaking now. What happened to the ship? My memory is hazy at best. You were below when the storm struck. Tearing our ship apart, I recall the roar of splintering wood and the blackness of the ocean, then nothing, until waking up here with you and Aska. We are undoubtedly on Respite Island, the nearest haven from our last known position. These pilgrims have extended us a kindness, but we mustn't overstay. The mission remains with us. Lead on. I'll guard your back. We can still get this through. We can still see this through. Perhaps we'll find our missing allies as we go. That be a chest, and I want it. We have a scroll of resurrection. Let's see. This is your party stash. Store your items here for safekeeping and access them from a stash chest at any camp. You can send items to your stash at any time and retrieve them. Oh, okay, so we don't have to carry everything. So is there some kind of weight? Like, why wouldn't I want to just take everything? Although I suppose I should probably send one of these. I'm assuming that if I die, it's a game over. So let's send one to Aska. Oh, I didn't want to send both of them. Let's split. Oh, there we go. You actually have more. What is this? So let's open up your inventory. So you already have a kite shield. So if we put an energy shield on you... Oh, that would be good on me. And then we have Gale Wind, which is a 1, but we don't want to do that. Yeah, because you're sword and board. So you're going to be our sword and board boy. And then let's go ahead and equip this on us. Oh, wait, why can't I equip this? Energy Spear, uncommon offhand, level 1. Oh, there we... Oh, so you just can't equip things while you're in your stash? Oh, yeah. Okay. So that was a little odd, but we figured that out. What else do we have? Sorcerer Kareth. The man in white robes stood out from the pilgrims in the camp, who were dressed in drably colored rags. You peg him as a sorcerer of sorts, as everything about his appearance screamed magic. From his pointy conical, I don't know what a conical is, I guess, to the time-worn scriptures on his back, along with his exquisitely manufactured rod. Yeah, we like his exquisite rod. You get the sense that he had been eyeing your every move since you woke up. However, he seems to be staring in another direction each time you turn to face him. Why, hello there, adventurer. Could really use a sorcerer in our party. Care to join us? Unfortunately, I don't think that's a good idea. The coast is teeming with guards on alert and pirates on the hunt. I much prefer the inconspicuousness of my fellow pilgrims, since you seem to be the sort that attracts more attention than necessary. No offense to you, of course, adventurer. Got anything worth trading? Oh my god, you have a lot worth trading, but I am broke as shit. Okay, cool. We'll come to you later. That's all for now. We can use a sizable pot for preparing meals. Well, what happens if we take a raw trout and we combine it with a apple? We get nothing. Okay, well, that's a bit of a bummer. Anyway, does that automatically... Okay, and it automatically goes back here. Perfect. Boots! Can we pet Boots? Give me pets. Give me pets. New friend? I sniff. I check. Good friend. Yes. Who's a good boy? Who Boots? Boots is good. Boots boy. Best Boots. Why do they call you Boots? Master says Boots eats Boots, but no. Boots just nibble. Little nibble. Okay. Booty Boots. Boots love Boots. You got Boots? Pet the dog. Oh, yes. Boots like it. Boots loves it. Continue to pet him. Oh, yes. That's the stuff just right. Continue to pet him. Yes, more. Continue to pet. Boots' excitement peaks. Boots' excitement peaked after the furious bout of petting, causing him to collapse on the ground in joyful exhaustion. I've got to go. Bye, friend. Come back, friend. Good smells will find ya. I love Boots. If anything happens to Boots, I'm quitting this game. All right. Elder Mora. I feel like we should talk to her, and then we will move on in our journey. The old woman stands crooked, sustaining her posture within something. Ebon, it's an Ebola scepter. At first glance, she appears fragile and infirm, but as you make your approach, begins to disclose the expression of a resolute young adventurer. The elder's gilt robes exceptional amongst the haggard umber rags that convey about the campsite, denote a position of prestige and authority within the sect. This does not come as a surprise. In opposition to her gaunt physical presence, she possesses a spirit emanating the zeal of the founders themselves. She speaks to greet you with a rough but firm voice. Greetings, hero. We are honored to have your company as we embark on our voyage. Who are you? My name is Mora, Elder of Ogreir's Emissaries. Where am I? You find yourself at the campsite of Ogreir's Emissaries, bound for the Mishade Idols, to honor the fallen Veglianir. We shall gather at his remains and pray for... That's a horrible old lady voice. For no one knows the consequences that befell him and his beloved that ripped apart the sky. That's all for now. You can stop your rambling. All right. To travel, we had to hit E for that, right? Or no, I guess we just have to come down here. So, what do we have here? The world map lets you fast travel to different waypoints. Sunlit Woodlands, Pilgrim Camp. Oh, wait, I have some quests. So let's take a look at, Between the Woven Lies. Investigate the meaning behind the dream. So this seems just like a story quest. Find a route to Gladehelm, the main port town on the island. Okay. Pilgrim Camp. Okay, so this is where we are. Oh, okay, so I only have one place to go, the Woodlands. It doesn't seem like there was a anything to indicate like you are here. A Blightwing Stinger. Free camera. You can click any portrait to focus the camera on that character. We can toggle lock and unlock and move around with the arrow keys, which is very nice. That's what I was trying to do before in the city, because it being locked off was a little bit weird for this style of movement, and so this makes it much easier. Greetings, human. Who are you? I am Mimo, and as you can see, I am very high up. Greetings, human. What are you doing all the way up there? I'm looking for a thing of great importance to my family that has been taken away. Climbing up high on this dead rock person will help me see further. Dead rock person? Don't you mean Golem? No, that's a silly name and doesn't mean anything. Humans are so unclever. I bet they'll get past my intelligence quiz. I could probably solve that quiz. Oh, confident human. No surprises there. You can take the quiz, but don't blame me if your feelings get hurt. Just let me know when you're ready. Greetings, human. I'm ready for that intelligence quiz now. Good, a brave human, unclever but brave. Let's begin. Question 1. What has eye? One has one eye but cannot see. A needle. Impressive for a human, that is. Question 2. What is yours but use? Name. Well, obviously, final question. What can make any wish come true? Seven Dragon Balls. Ugh, how crass. You shouldn't make jokes about the dead and their body parts. You barely made it, but you passed. Congratulations, human. Now take this prize for your efforts. Be proud in knowing that you're the first human I've ever given it to. Bye-bye now. Not so silly, human. So what did we get? We got an arcane tablet. Intelligence and then a bunch of resistances. All right, cool. I'll take it. I will take it. Or I know Dragon Ball lore. Kind of. Most of it. Oh, what's that little bird boy? Oh, what are you eating? Is that a leg? Oh, wait, that's floppy. I'm going to be honest, the way that he held it up, it looked a little bit like a big old wiener. I don't think that's a leg. The creature's hasty retreat leaves behind the unsettling scene. Okay, it's an arm. To be fair, though, if you ball up an arm, make it a shadow, kind of looks like a wiener. A half-eaten arm discarded in the undergrowth, a grim reminder of what stalks these wilds. The air still feels heavy with its presence, a quiet warning that this jungle holds more than it shows. Best to stay sharp. It's likely not the last time you'll cross paths with something hungry. Whatever that creature was, it clearly had no qualms about preying on humans. Aye, good sir. It did not. Ooh, old damp letter with a plea. We can sell that. Can I loot all? Oh, there's a loot all button. Can we hover? Oh, okay, we just have to hold it there for a little longer. Whomever this arm belonged to could have probably used a hand against the creature you saw. I get it, because he's missing a hand. A deep foreboding hole in the earth, its bottom lost to darkness. The faint murmur of distant voices rises from within. Oh, pick. We got a prickleweed. No mushrooms. Can't do the mushrooms though. Buddy! Oh, they be eating the boys. Okay, let's go save this guy. Actually, these guys are dead. There's a lot down here. I feel like over here, this is kind of closed off. So let's go this way first. Okay, are we gonna fight? Oh, fight! All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay, so initiative is rolled. Baby Rexa? Okay, so Lucite goes first. Okay, so each character does have their own bar here. Can I rearrange? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Let's see. So you look to be... So you're an Aeromancer. Okay, so we got another Spellblade on the team. Grant your weapon additional air damage. Set Sheath and Wind for 3 turns. Okay. Strike an enemy with a lightning bolts. Max spell range is 8. Oh, yeah. Holy okay, you can just hit from a million miles away. Conjure static cloud to shock an enemy. So 3 to 5 air damage for 2 hits, or 3 to 4 damage for 3 hits. 3 turn cooldown, 4 turn cooldown. This is more range, but this costs less. Okay, that's the big difference. Destructive Strike. Attacking a weapon with a powerful blow to disarm their weapon. Resisted by armor. Set disarm for a turn. Disarm. Characters unable to use skills that require its weapon. And this is enter deflective stance. Okay. Okay. So let's go ahead and get in closer. Let's go ahead and invoke lightning. Or actually, do we want to sheath in wind? Does sitting on water do anything? Oh, so it looks like, let's see. So it shocks the water. Can I see? I'm trying to click here. I don't know if there's any way to see what the actual status effect is. I'm gonna assume. Okay, so it's the water is shocked. Reduces water resistance. So I'm assuming then if you're in here, you're going to have the same thing. I'm not sure what the air damage is. Maybe that's at the beginning of turn. Does air damage? Perhaps. Set defensive stance for 1 turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. There we go. I'm assuming we deflected that? Is there like a log somewhere? Journal, inventory, settings, grimoire, formation, logs. There we go. Oh, whoa. Is this like, oh, maybe this is for when you're outside of combat, so when you enter combat? Yeah, that's what this is. So this is when you start combat, you can rearrange this. Okay, that's cool. Because I was wondering, like, what happens, like, I don't want my main character getting in first if I have, like, a tank character. Let's see. Shock inflicted 3 air damage. I used parry, use slash, deals 2 physical damage. So why did this not deflect slash? Oh, it did. Slash dealt 2 damage to Lucette, but then slash dealt 2 damage to Baby. Okay, so I feel like this should say parry instead of slash. I understand what it's doing, but it wasn't immediately obvious to me that that's what that meant. Okay, so now it's my turn, so let's go ahead and get a disoriented strike off. Actually, no, because you actually have armor. So I need to break through that first. Yeah, so we'll do a regular attack, and then we'll stun you. Nice, now you're stunned. Okay. And now, what other moves do we have here? Let's put turn first. Looks like Slag Blast is basically our main attack, which makes sense because it's on our weapon. So you have Serrated Vines, Conjured Thorn Vines to damage and poison 2 enemies. You may take the same enemy more than once. That seems pretty powerful. We have Fortify, restore a party member's armor. Place a hunter's trap on a nearby tile. And then Forceful Shot, but we don't have a bow. So I can target 2 enemies. And let's smash Baby Rexa with a big old rock. And then let's move a little bit away. Let's get a little bit of space here. Okay, let's go for a... Let's see, are you still... Let's see, no. So you're not currently shocked. Looks like that's all we got for this turn. Okay, we take 2 hits, but we got plenty of armor, so we're good here. You're stunned, you don't do anything. Okay, let's go for... Actually, I doesn't look like I can get over there. And then, let's see, so let's go ahead and back up a space. Nice, get BB Rexa out of here. And it does look like... Yeah, so we can kind of mix and match our moves. So we don't necessarily have to, like, only move and then use an action. We can just intersperse. As long as you have actions, you can do it whatever order there is, which is super nice. Okay, so we get a little summary of what we've dealt. Enemies defeated. Combat duration. Experience gained. All right. Easy enough. Let's loot all their stuff, which is just their meat, their husks. Sparkles with pristine quality. Oh, and it looks like we heal after every fight. As your hands dip into the pond's cool waters, time seems to waver, the air thickening with an otherworldly presence. Each ripple in the water mirrors the slow, deliberate pulse of the unseen forces around you. Your vision warps, the mundane dissolving as a figure emerges from the ether. Her beauty transcends the mortal, a vision that lingers in your eyes, blurring the line between reality and reverie. You cast a glance at your companions, but their gazes remain unaltered. It dawns on you, this vision is yours alone, a secret tethered to your soul, unseen by any other. The woman, a creature of impossible beauty, draped in flowing silks, moves as if unaware of your existence. Her gaze fixed on a time and place beyond your reach, leaving you as a mere ghost in her presence. I feel a divine presence. Before your words can fully escape, her gaze locks onto you. A crushing force seizes your being, as if the weight of the divine itself is bearing down on your mortal frame, reducing you to nothingness under her silent scrutiny. Just as a breeze, her ethereal figure disappears from your sight. You then realize you just barely cup the water with your hands, as if no time has gone by. Did you see her? You mean me? Who are you talking about? I just saw a figure, a woman. It can't be. I think I know who you're talking about. That's Undine, the ancient goddess of life, water, and love. She's the most revered deity among the elves. We must be walking through lands where she's worshipped, lands that are home to the elves. I've heard tales of ancient elven worshippers, the children of Undine, who commune with her, but actually seeing a god? It's just unbelievable. I'm sorry, it's hard to wrap my mind around it. That was odd. Anyway, let's grab some water. The water graces your lips and a quiet power stirs within you. It isn't mere refreshment that courses down your throat. It's something far more ancient, something almost sacred. Each drop feels like a gentle caress of light, awakening forgotten strength deep within your bones. The taste is delicate, otherworldly, and for a brief moment you can almost hear the distant whispers of ancient elven voices, a blessing from a time long forgotten. So did I get something? I don't know. Okay, maybe I got something. Okay, let's go down. Let's see. So we don't need to drink. Yeah, so let's just go this way and let's get into another fight and let's try it out. Oh, hang on. Let's change our formation here. So I think I want you in the front, so we can probably just do like this. How do I swap this? Can I swap this? Oh, it just instantly put me in a fight because we walked. Okay. So, got a couple extra enemies here, looks like. So this fight might be a little bit more challenging. Target's out of range, I get that, but can I see how far they can move? Yes, I get the target is out of range. So I suppose I'm supposed to understand that every character just has 3 movement points? 1, 2, 3. Like, is that what I'm to understand? Oh, right. I have range attacks. Duh. Let's go for the 4 turn first. Okay, so we have a pretty good frostbite. Oh no, it's not lined up. Crap. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any undo. But I can go over here and hit these two guys. And there's no real reason not to. Just move a square in. Let's see here. So if we move in here, set a trap for someone coming in here. What does the trap do? Oh, physical damage. Okay, yeah, that's good. Okay. Set some poison down. Let's go ahead. Everyone still has... So we're looking for magic damage right now. Of course, neither of them, because they do range, neither of them come to my freaking trap. You prick. Huh. I'm not sure about that move. Why would you move? Yeah, why are they moving and then moving again? It doesn't seem like there's any positional bonuses. So, I think... Yeah, I was going to say, I need to try and get his armor off. So that way we can stun him. And then from here, let's go ahead and restore my shield. You can also throw prayer over here. I don't know that moving actually necessarily does all that much, to be completely honest with you. Okay, so I gotta take someone out, so let's go ahead and take you out. You can actually take 2 units out. Ah, no, just shy. Okay, so we're poisoned, but we're getting healed every turn. Okay, so let's see. So, actually, we can go... We can do another... Oh, no, I can't do a frostbite because it's on cooldown. Frick. We can use a rejuvenate here on Asuka. And then with Asuka, we can get her down here and throw a rock. So is there any... So I guess what's surprising to me at this point is for a tactical game, how it seems like there's not a lot of information provided off the top. Now, so what I mean by that is, like, I can come in here and examine and say, oh, okay, so you have 6 army of 37 HP, but, like, why is that information not provided in this tooltip that's showing up right here? Why is it that when I go to attack here, there's no preview of damage that's going to be done? So, you know, I don't see, like, is this affecting his magic barrier? Is this affecting his armor? Is this affecting his health? Like, I'm like, for a game that's supposed to be a bit more tactical, because, like, if you're looking at this through a CRPG lens, which in terms of like exploration and story, clearly there's that inspiration here. But the combat is definitely more tactical, right? Because when I think CRPG, I think systems based on either D&D or Pathfinder, or any other dice-based system. So in combat, there's going to be randomness, right? Or like Celeste. Well, Celeste is D&D based, right? So there's going to be some randomness to it. So you can't fully. You can still show rough previews, but it's not as clear. But in this case, where it's more tactical, the idea is that you are always going to know what your skills do. And so we obviously have this log here that helps, but that shows after the fact. I would like some more like preemptive telling me what things are doing. I think actually, let me in settings here. I think one thing that I would also like to see is a setting for in combat. Allow me to turn on and off the grid. Because of the way this is lined up, and because I can't like swivel the camera 360 degrees, I am having a little bit of trouble determining like who's in a line and who's not. So this just does big damage. And I have nothing else to do. They're not doing melee attacks, right? Can I see what attacks they're doing? Like, why can't I see their skills? There's a bunch of information that's just like strangely hidden. Right? So they have, let's see. Saga, Ganyonz. I don't care about the poison. Blightwing. So Blightwing uses sting. Huh. Like I want to see like what their skills are. Yeah, see, so like the fact that like, so I'm assuming Sting has to be magic, right? Like that's like, I need to see that. I can see it here. It's poison damage. Okay, now unfortunately, I don't have any of my heals up. But I can use both of my spells if need be. I think I'm just going to get far away from this guy. Kill this one. One of your fallen party members has died. You can use a res scroll to revive fallen party members. If I don't revive, what happens after the battle? The battle's chaos dissipates, leaving only the uneasy silence of the jungle. You absently check your arms, half expecting to find the venomous sting of those twisted blight wings. Your gaze drifts over the scene, the jungle floor a canvas of carnage. Bodies, already claimed by death before you arrived, lie mutilated and half devoured. Blood pools around shattered crates and overturned carts. A testament to the savagery that befell these unfortunate souls. Among the carnage, something catches your eye. deep blue fabric, stained with gore, yet unmistakable in its hue. Upon closer inspection, you see it, the golden sun emblazoned on the cloth, the proud sigil of House Mazan. Looks like we were luckier than these soldiers. It's almost like they didn't even get a chance to fight back. Grouping party members. To separate a party member, drag their portrait away from the group to regroup. Okay, so we can I just right click on him? He has nothing to say. So can I go into my inventory, use... Okay, cool. Easy enough. All right, well, that is where we're going to leave this one. So in terms of combat, I need to see a little bit more. Right now, here's the thing. Any CRPG, RPG, SRPG, anything like that. I guess SRPG is a little bit different because combat is more dependent on what types and how many units you have. But anyway, JRPGs, anything like that, combat is typically dictated by your skills. And right now we're pretty limited. So hopefully that opens up a little bit more. Right now, I will at least comment on what I have experienced so far. Don't take this as, you know, the end-all be-all of everything that the game will or has in store right now. Right now, the combat doesn't feel entirely engaging to me. Like I said, there's still some aspects that I'm missing. I'm missing that preemptive planning. I do wish that rather than just, I wish there was more tools. So for one, like I said, I wish that there was an option to pop the grid up and I could see it, even potentially change the opacity as well, to better see what's going on. I wish that if I click somewhere to move, I wish it was a double click to move. So basically single click would kind of move your character there and you could preview combat from there, or you could just see where you are and then you could like right click to cancel it. I guess it's a little bit more complicated because it's not as simple as just move then attack. You can kind of interspersedly use your abilities. Maybe you just have an undo button, but as soon as you use an action, you can no longer undo anything before that action. Because there were a couple of times where I moved and I didn't intend on moving. And again, because of the isometric camera, sometimes it was a little bit hard to tell if an enemy was actually in line with me. Like, for example, it's not entirely clear. I'm pretty sure I am in line. Yeah, I am in line here, but from certain angles, I could definitely see some people not fully seeing that they're in line here. Damage previews. I would like to see on the character's like on the character's health tooltip how much damage I'm actually doing. Like, what is their health tool without me right clicking, having to inspect them. I should be able to see either on their health bar up here. I suppose I could probably hover on the time. I guess I didn't do that, but I would just like it to be a little bit easier to see the health, armor, and magic barrier totals. And then, of course, a damage preview of how much damage that's actually going to remove from those health bars from whatever spell I'm using. I didn't notice any kind of positional benefits or detriments, which is kind of strange. I expected there to be some kind of either backstabbing or perhaps there is flanking. That could definitely be. We saw the term flanking before, so maybe the only real positional thing is flanking typically is if you have 2 units on opposite sides of the same unit. I didn't test that out, so that's maybe something I should look at. Because maybe backstabs would be too easy to do in a game like this. It seems like it might be. The battlefields are pretty small. Units were pretty easily getting around. They were just kind of like dodging all around me. I don't necessarily know what they were doing, but they were just moving all around Asuka. In terms of like the world building, it could be cool, but it's still like super early on. I like the art style. The art style is cool. The character, I wish that I could customize my character's like face a little bit more, but you know, that's something that's not super important to early access. That's more like a final release thing. Early access is just about like getting you in and checking out the game. And like I said, it's one of those things where in terms of where I'm at gameplay wise, those were the first 2 fights. I don't count the first one. You're intended to lose. So it was pretty basic, but obviously we would have to play a little bit more to kind of delve in and see what combat expands to. I have heard good things about the game, so potentially it's just kind of like an early game blues type thing. So we'll see, but more importantly, what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments section. And of course, if you did like the video, would you kindly smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for more tactic, strategy, and RPG action. But guys, that's going to do it for this one. This has been Guild Saga Vanished Worlds. I've been Ganyonz. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.